Hello there, everyone. My name is Matt, and we're gonna play some Rebel Inc. today. This is actually my first video, and I wanted to make this video and this channel because this game, Rebel Inc., is one of my favorite games and one of the most unique strategy games that I've ever played. And yet, shockingly few people seem to know about it. At least when I talk with people, no one else really seems to have played it or heard of it. It's the second game by Ndemic Creations, which is more famous for its first game, Plague Inc., if you've played this game before. But ever since this game, Rebel Inc., came out in 2018, I've always found it more compelling. And I also know that it is a little complicated and a lot of players can get turned off by it for its relatively high learning curve. If you're unfamiliar with the game, a lot of things happen behind the scenes and it can be hard to see what's going on unless you know what to look for. So in essence, this channel is mainly to make the game just a little bit more accessible. That being said, this particular video does require some familiarity with the game. Every week, Rebel Inc. comes out with a new set of weekly challenges. You can see the exclamation point here, which indicates that it is new. One of them is going to be normal difficulty, and one of them is going to be hard or brutal. And each of those has unique circumstances and obstacles that you don't really see in the main game. So in this series, I am going to open the Brutal Challenge, sight unseen, analyze the specifics of it, and then play through it and, hopefully win. And just kind of show how I analyze and how I approach different challenges. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. So we go to Weekly Challenge. We have Brutal Challenge, Operation Flying Daisy. Let's take a look at it. So here, this is where all of the different tactics are available and all the different features. So right away, this guy I have the development director, so I'm going to have specialists accessible to me. These allow me to really target one zone for stability at a time. I'm also going to start with some territory, it looks like. That can be helpful, but in general, long term, it doesn't help super well because you have support, or you have the control of the zone, but you don't have any support level there, so it's hard to hang on to it. I also have the sensor, which is great. That allows me to, if I lose some zones in the fighting with the insurgents, it's not too bad. Let's see, what else do I have here? Okay, extended deployments. That is actually, I think, going to be helpful with the development director, because one of the development director's disadvantages is that they can't pay for as many soldiers, as many coalition soldiers. They only have access to 3, whereas everybody else has access to 5, all the other governors. So I think it can't be extended, but I try not to extend it anyway, so I think this will be good. Informants, insurgent camps are always revealed. That'll be helpful throughout the entirety of the game. Soldier combat strength, that's also good. I'm very nervous about the insurgent tactics. And government structures are indestructible, so that's going to make garrisons very valuable to go to. Alright, let's see what the insurgents get. Start of the insurgency is accelerated, okay, and can deal with that. Non-fighting insurgents support insurgents in adjacent zones. So that means, okay, so we both get a combat boost. So that means I'm going to be significantly more powerful when I'm fighting someone, a zone on its own. But when they are kind of locked in and there's a bunch right next to each other, that's going to be a little trickier. And then insurgents are able to attack across rivers. That is going to be a problem. The map, it's kind of hard to see. The map looks like it's Pistachio Forest. That has some rivers, but I think I can keep them away. And there's a couple places where that's going to be a problem, actually. The problem with this one, especially since they can cross rivers, they can attack across rivers, but normally they can't do that, but they cannot flee across rivers. So what this is going to lead to, I'm guessing, is there's going to be a couple of times where they will attack across the river. I won't be able to push them back to the other side of the river, which means they're going to get into, I'm not going to be able to rely on the river for fortifications. So this is going to be a little bit tricky to deal with. So let's just kind of see how it goes. Alright, so this was not Pistachio Forest, this was Black Caves. So that rivers is going to be a little different, actually. So As long as I can keep in the mountains, I think I'll be okay, because usually in Black Caves, they end up here, sometimes here, and then down here. I'm going to put my HQ. I think here is usually the best place to put it, because it has pretty good connection. It helps protect this guy. These are probably not going to be super helpful. But, you know, let's see. Just because, I don't know. If we get a base anywhere down here, then these are going to go away almost immediately unless I stop it. So I can't rely on those very well. Let's just go for it, see what happens. So in this one, I liked, let's see, highway, roads. In this map, transportation is really important, so I'm going to start with my opening of district reps, effective procurement, and then here, get highways. And then, do I want to go for roads right away? No, let's just start with highways, and then we'll just get regional census, excuse me. Alright. Let inflation tick down a little bit. Okay, that's probably good. Let's get roads going, and then I want to get anti-corruption 2, or anti-corruption 1, excuse me. Yeah, let's get that. Okay. That'll be helpful. Alright, oh, that's right, it was accelerated. Okay, okay, alright, let's see. It's gonna be at least 2 months before I can afford that. So, I'll get a clue as to where the base is, but also, you know, camps are supposed to be revealed, right? Where is it? Yeah, insurgent camps are always revealed, so I should see them pop up. Maybe it's dependent on me having intel. Oh, I think I just saw a tank. Yep, that'll be good. That'll be some extra cash. I generally don't like to use the tanks if I can avoid it, because I just don't think they're very good. So let's get, okay, there's our first camp. What is more important? Getting the tank? I think I can, let me see if I can get down here and kill that camp real quick. And there's gonna be another camp. I don't have intel there yet. The other camp's probably there. Yeah, probably there. We'll see. Okay, let me see if I can get out. Not yet. Another month and I'll be able to get that one out. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's get you going, and I'll have you go for this guy, go collect the tank. If I can destroy this before it spawns any, that would be awesome. And I can. Fantastic. Okay, I got lucky there. Alright, now, these guys are over here. I don't think I'm going to try to destroy that one, because as soon as I try to destroy that one, it's going to pop up elsewhere. Instead, I'll just kind of use this guy, go on defense. Okay, this is way more important right now. I'll let them take this if necessary. Let's get the tank first. 7, that's great for the tank. Let's get you over here. And now that I have some extra money, I want to get you going, and let's look at the region. They want telecommunications. That is not a bad thing to start early. I also kind of want to roll out these guys fast. Actually, I can get both. Let's do that. And I think the next thing I'll have to get is PR, because otherwise that's going to be a problem. Oh, I'm getting attacks there too. Okay. Oh, and I do want to get garrisons out. PR I can get the boost later. Garrisons I want to give time for them to build, so let's go for garrisons first. No reputation loss yet. Well, some, because I'm at 72 and I started at 73. Let's wait another month for that. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this one is... In this map, just real quick, in this map, this one is often a problem zone. It's one of the larger cities. We got 30,000 living here, 70,000 give or take, 65,000 living there, and 16,000. Those are the big cities. I guess that's a big city too, but oftentimes I defend that one. This is the one that gets taken most often since it's right next to the mountains. So I'm probably just gonna have to dedicate a soldier to guarding this. So let's, let's see. Okay, got that defended, you're defended. I'm gonna bring this guy over to defend that. got some... What do we got going on here? Let me see. Highways being built. Excellent. Okay, now I'm going to get some PR. And let's pull out my experts, and I always recommend unofficial procurement. Oh, and I do want to get... Alright, let's go ahead... Let's get this city going. No, not... Let's do this city. This should be defended enough for what I got. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I already got level 1 PR, right? Yes. Okay, so the experts are gonna slowly, get more. These guys are attacking there. The experts are gonna slowly put initiatives here, in addition to the ones that are already being built. Insurgent activity is my only problem, but I got a decent number of desires here that people want. So let's get out. Let's get out the garrison. Let's roll out our first garrison. I am not putting it there. Don't be afraid to reject the location of your first garrison, because if I were to put it here, this is in the mountains, this is going to be attacked all the time. You know what? That was actually a mistake. In this particular map, yeah, okay, normally I would not put one there this early in the game. In this particular map, government structures are indestructible, so it could have just sat there without being destroyed. And that would have been okay. So that is actually my error. So I should have thought for a second about that. That's my mistake. But that's all right. I think we're in okay shape right now. Let's help you defend since you guys moved in pretty quick. Keeping an eye out over here. Okay. And while that's going, I've done a decent number of military, health, and communication. Oh, telecommunication I already have. Health is the next big one. So let's do this set here. That'll help. Education is great because it rolls out really quickly. Let's go ahead and defend that again. Again, you're constantly, especially with the base right there, constantly going to be moving other guys around here. I might just throw... I don't want to leave the coalition soldier there because it'll upset them. But what I can do, I'll make life a little bit easier. So this allows me to... it basically makes, your coalition soldiers become much less likely to antagonize locals. So this makes it so they're more okay with that. They are beating him, though, so let's get you over here. Okay, empty cave, good to know about that. And you're going to be helpful. I'm actually going to move you here and defend here. And you'll give enough support that'll help them. That's a river there. Could attack there. Not the end of the world if they do, but a little annoying. And I think it's time for me to get anti-corruption too at this point. Oh, awesome. That is a fantastic place for the garrison to go. That means this will always have support. And if I get the support level, if I get the, I can't remember the name of it. Not this one, this guy. Civil support. That'll kind of overrule, it'll cancel out the support loss I get from keeping a coalition soldier here, so that's actually a much better place for a garrison than here. So, you know what? It all worked out. It all worked out, I say. These, okay, so they want electricity. I'm not getting any word on that yet, but I want to get, this is a very important place to stabilize, so I might, let's go for you. Oh, attacked. Over here. Yep, they control a number of connected zones. What I'm eventually going to want is if they attack here, they kind of get stuck in this zone. I should be able to defend this okay, assuming a road's been built, which it has, so I should be able to get people over there. I just don't want to lose this because of this. That's defended. That should be fine. Let's get power spread out. And kicks and giggles, let's get water going as well. Alright, I'm starting to lose it from lack of stability, so I need to get some stuff stable and fast. Let's see how you're doing. You're doing good. You are almost there. You're turning green, which is great. Let's get level 2 of PR at this point. That should help considerably. But I need to get some anti-corruption, because yeah, corruption's getting up there as well. so let's go ahead. Yeah, I'll get another level of anti-corruption before I... Yep, there it is. There's the warning. So let me get another level of anti-corruption before I buy anything else. But this is about to stabilize, which is great. That'll be a huge win. Okay, anti-corruption. Great. Now let's move you. As soon as you stabilize the zone, if you have an expert, I generally... Maybe I could have waited for them to finish whatever initiative they were rolling out, but I generally try to get them to the next needed place as quickly as possible. Alright, you're doing good. Let's just stick you right there. I need to get another soldier starting to train. What do we got here? That's gonna eat up a lot of my cash, but that's the right call. Actually, no. No, I have enough coalition soldiers to get away with this. Okay, that's good. Normally in that event, I like to increase pay, but here we don't really have a lot of liquid cash floating around. I think corruption's pretty high. I think anti-corruption is the way to go. Right. We're attacking over here. Put it there. Oh, another one of those. I need 5. That would be a good one to get. General rule is to always take a, oh, another base popped up. Okay, that's right across the river. Okay, so this is a problem in this scenario. Normally, I wouldn't really care, but in this scenario, that is right across the river. Since they can attack across rivers, that is literally right across the river from my biggest population center and my only, well, not my only, but my main zone of support right now. So I do not want that to happen. So we need to try to deal with that as quickly as possible if we can. So I'm going to try to push them up here and take them out that way if I can. So these two are going to be on defense for a little while. And let's get, actually, you know what? I think I might be able to, yeah, if I can just get this over here, I can just take them out. They can't flee across rivers. So if I can hold off with just one defender for a minute. Yep, which he's going to need to go here. Saw that one coming, but okay, I think he's okay. And then if we can take out, okay, that's going well. And then let me start, I'm really worried about that corruption. Let me start training another guy. Yep, yeah, I was worried about that. Corruption's definitely the big one. I think I'm going to need to do a purge in a minute. Once I get this going, once I get this working, okay, that worked. That actually worked out surprisingly well. Okay, now I have a new one. Whenever this pops up, you always want to do subtle pressure if you can. I need foreign relations in order to do that, which is 11. So I'm going to need to come back for that. I might be able to get there in time. Let's see. We'll see. Either way, let's get you guys there. I probably could have moved him over, but that's alright. Perfect. Alright. Got enough to do this. So that'll slowly increase public relations, or not public relations, excuse me, foreign relations. But it also allows me to be able to do this. Okay, yep, didn't expect that, but that's okay. It's unchanged. Both of those other options are far more costly, so that's absolutely fine. Oh, great, awesome. All right, we're starting to stabilize zones naturally. Oh, okay. Let's go here. Oh, great, both of those are great. I think I'm gonna start. Okay, yep. I need to start moving him around because he is going to. One of the pitfalls of unofficial procurement is that he will keep ticking up corruption as long as he's hanging out, and I don't really want to deal with that. I could do a corruption purge, but I think I need to work on the corruption purge. Dang. Okay, yep, I need to deal with corruption before I can do anything else. So we do corruption, significant concern over lack of jobs. Yep, saw that one coming. Once this guy goes, I'm gonna do my other trick. Okay, so this is almost stable. Once it is stable, okay, at this point, there's no way, unfortunately, to turn off unofficial procurement. There's no way to turn that off. So what I need to do is just keep moving him around. So, yeah, let's keep moving him around so corruption doesn't go any higher for right now. Maybe later I can have more right here. Definitely not that. I think I can use a little bit of extra reputation. Okay, yeah, defend it. I'm gonna have to send you home. I want to wait as long as possible to do that. And now I want to make... Okay, yep. Let's send you home. Alright. And now I want to make my national soldiers a little stronger. I usually like to go for the speed first if I have the option, unless they're actively involved in battle, because while you can get away with a weaker one, they need to be able to get where they need to go. So let's send you home and move you up there. Yeah. To reiterate that, I like to pick the speed if I have the option to, and I'm not like in the middle of a fight, which I was not in this case, because I like the coalition soldiers are very, very fast, and the roads make up for that, but not completely. So we need to make sure that we can get to the places we need to defend. I see them moving in. I move that there. I'm having him move. I'm actually going to... It's a little bit of waste. If I do that, that'll lower the speed, which means it'll take longer for them to move from place to place, which normally is not good, but in this case it is, because it is preventing corruption from being created. So let's go ahead and do that. Coming over here to defend that. It's already defended, and I might have enough to get away with another soldier. I think I do. Yep, that'll boost corruption, but we're at a manageable level at this point. Yeah, that's higher loss than I'd like, but not nearly as bad as it was, so we're okay for right now. I think I'm close to the point, and still, with Development Director, you only get 3, like I said. I still got this guy in the hole to help me do the final push at the end, so that'll be good. You're attacking somewhere. I think you're attacking here. Yeah, really be careful of when you see him moving fast like that. Alright, he's raising corruption, but it is still ticking down, so I might let him go for a little while. This is not a bad place to try to stabilize as well, because let's see how much it raises. Yeah, he's creating that. He's about halfway done. Because this is where bases often appear, so if I can stabilize that, I can make it so I don't have to worry about base. Let's see. I need jobs. Let's get some jobs out here. This is a good one, and then that's a good remote one to have. Yeah, because even this zone, which is remote, wants jobs. Oh. Even this zone, which is remote, wants jobs, which means that it will, that remote one, this initiative here, is one of the few that targets remote zones specifically. So let's go ahead and we've got that going. Hopefully we'll get there sooner rather than later. In this one, normally by now I would have bought the drone, but I don't really need it. With the one of the primary reasons you get the drone is to keep to locate insurgent camps, and I already know where all of them are, so I don't really need to worry about that. They're going to attack over here. I have not seen them attack across the river yet. It's not a bad thing. I can ask them to. Knock on wood, I guess, but I'm surprised that they haven't. Alright, let's go ahead and do my second purge since I have the funds for it. And that'll help. 53% isn't quite as high as I'd like. Let's move you over here because you're attacking the HQ. Definitely don't want them to take the HQ. That is a game over. Oh, I guess I'm not sure actually in this case, because in this particular scenario they are indestructible. So I don't know. So maybe it's not game over in this case, but I still don't want them to take this on. Let's go ahead and do subtle pressure. Okay, how stable is this? This is far away from stable. Farther than I like. Let's get some rural job initiatives going on. So let's do that, and then this kind of applies to all of them. So let's get you going as well. That should be enough to stabilize these last few zones that aren't insurgent controlled. Alright, they're attacking. Use some extra support. And you can see how this is quickly becoming a problem. I'm actually, you know what, no, I'm not going to move him. I am going to get combat reinforcements. This boosts the power of every single garrison so this should help him fight off that attack, even with all 3 of these zones supporting. How close are you? Not close yet. I think I'm starting to get to the point where I can do the final push, though. I've got 3 garrisons targeting this guy. Let's bring you up here and see if I can... no, let's attack from this side. I don't think there's anybody here. I might get lucky, and this could be an empty zone. Let's see. Alright. And then we're going to give them a little bit more combat effectiveness. Actually, I'm going to get both. Okay. He's being attacked, but that's alright. Okay. Push him back. Yep, I was right. That was completely empty. And at this point, I'm going to grab Civil Assistance 1. That will allow... I don't know if it's 1 or... Yeah, that's okay. This allows them to kind of function as their own... as kind of like experts on their own. They will help with rolling out initiatives. They will not be able to roll out initiatives that haven't been funded yet, unlike the experts, but that's okay. Alright, and I think... Alright, close. Let's threaten them once more, I think. What's their capability right now? Yeah, I think we're in good shape here. Fighting those off, yeah, keeping this was definitely an important thing. We also don't have any security. We probably don't need it, but it's not bad to fill in. Oh, you know what we do need, though, is dirt roads. And now I will build a garrison here. At this point, even if it wasn't indestructible, I would build it here. Oh, that's a problem. Alright, we want to try to get rid of that as quickly as possible. And at this point, this is the thing I don't like about the development director. At this point, the experts are not very effective. I think this is really the only zone where he'll be helpful. This is a case also, if I had just to describe it, so this camp popped up in kind of a place that was not the center of fighting right now. I could have, if I had airstrike capability, I could have used it to wipe this out, but the problem is that will usually result in insurgents popping up here, which I didn't really want to have happen if I could avoid it. So, yeah, having the soldier take care of it. Oftentimes when I have the airstrike capability, it's a race between, is the soldier going to destroy it first, or is the airstrike going to get to it first? So here, this actually helps this fight. Okay, yeah, yep, cool, lowered support. This actually, having Guy here helps this one fight as well in this scenario, because again, this zone is actively fighting, which means it can't help support them. Alright, I do want to defend you if we can. Okay, good. This destroyed it. Awesome. Let's move you up here to support. And I think 23 jets, that's probably going to be low enough, especially if I'm able to take this on time. Wow, they are going all out for the attack. Well, I guess I'm attacking 2 of their zones, I suppose is good. I also have some cash to spend, so probably going to need this, which is not present in every single one of them. I think getting dirt roads too is a valuable investment. And let's get universal justice, and let's get some security going. That's a pretty good setup. Alright. 13% chance? Yeah, I think that's... Oh, wow, okay. I think I probably just lost some reputation there. I'm surprised that wasn't enough. Alright, let's have him support. Yeah, that'll be enough to push it over the edge, and then I'll bring you down here. That should be enough to bring this guy over the edge as well. Let's see what else we have. This will help with some of those remote zones. And I think we are going to have to go for airstrikes, which is not a bad thing. Usually okay, he's done here, so let's bring him here. The experts should go there. Yeah, that makes sense. That should be fine. Okay, deny it, like a liar. Alright, that's slow. Yeah, this combat has taken a little longer than I would expect. But that's alright. Let's, you know what? We can get some more effectiveness there. So what I just did was I bought the drone. Again, we primarily use them for for finding insurgent camps, but the combat sensors allow soldiers to fight a little better, which is absolutely something we want. Okay, good thing we grabbed that cave earlier, because now we have insurgents hiding in caves, and it takes forever to clean them out unless you have the cave combat tactics. So I'm glad we purchased that when we did, because it'd be a little annoying to deal with. Alright, and now that I have some cash, let's get precision munitions, get that going. Avoid at this point. It's a question of how long it takes us to win, more than whether or not we will win. Because the goal is just to reduce reputation loss as much as possible. Okay, that's clear, which means I can start pushing elsewhere. I think you're attacking here, and I am correct. All right, what's this? Subtle pressure. That's what I thought. At this point, I'm just gonna do that every single time right away. Here, now we're definitely gonna talk. Yep, we're at that point. What's their capability? Yeah, they've got pretty low capability. After this zone stabilizes, the experts are essentially useless. Here we go. This is where we will give ourselves a, so we have a long-term tourism boom. That will help. I think that might result in another event that boosts reputation, but don't quote me on that. Not positive. And let's get more airstrikes. That'll help us clear up some of this area and take out the odd camp if it pops up anywhere in here. We got 3 zones to go. Here, I'm intentionally waiting. Now that we're in peace talks, I'm intentionally waiting for the peace to fill up, because every time, the only real option here is you'll lose reputation unless you pick this one, but this will also antagonize insurgents. So I'd like to do it when I am not fighting and just kind of delay as much as possible. Now that this is stabilized, I'm just going to keep moving him around because he is not super useful. Okay, there we go. Antagonize insurgents. Their capability, well, I guess it's the same as it was before. Maybe it went down a little before and then it just went back up. I'm not sure. I think I can purchase integration as well. And this will help these guys stabilize these zones when they're not in combat. I have a garrison. And I'm going to start on this side. And the reason I'm going to do that, normally I'd push from this side and push them into the river, but here they can attack across river. So I really don't want them attacking over here if I can avoid it. I attacked, I missed that one. Let's get some extra security in garrison zones and get bigger bombs. Because that's what we all need in this country that we're trying to get them to like us. We need bigger bombs. Here we can definitely, we can definitely go for full reform here. We have the money, and we don't need either of those. So that's fine. There we go. Now, insurgents, please apologize. Thank you. Okay, now we don't need to worry about any river pushes. These two are connected, so this garrison will help me push here. And let's get some more roads, get up into here, and that is why. I think I can get away with moving this guy at this point. Don't want to move him because he's going to be this zone. So this zone is a lot less stable than this zone is. So the odds of a camp popping up here are much more likely, which is why I'm moving him. And we have a garrison here to kind of defend it a little bit. So I think that'll be okay. All right. Subtle pressure, definitely. I'm getting close to where I can. I actually didn't see the numbers, so I'm not sure. All right, we got 29. Let's again, we're at the point. Let's start heading towards democracy. That'll be good. And let's roll out initiatives in remote communities a lot faster. Okay, taking over that. All right, and now I'm going to. I almost have enough. Attacked. And now we have few and I guess not. Okay, the airstrike stopped him, it looked like. And now I have enough. We're gonna buy this last coalition soldier, and that'll help us. Oh, must be a base. So in that case, let's get more of that. Increase the timing a little bit. Or that'll lower the timing between drone scans. And then we'll use the coalition soldier to clean up the stragglers in there, and that should carry us through the end of the game. build garrisons, but I wanna get some money up. I can at least, with 9 I can plan it. I should have 9 before that runs out. International forces remain. Go ahead and do that. Let's get some. Alright, he's taking a sweet time with the intel. Wow, okay. They must have, yeah, I'm guessing they, oh, okay, well, that didn't really tell us anything. Okay. Oh, and at this point I can even prioritize elections. Let's go ahead and do that, because that's a good source of reputation. What we got? Yeah, let's go ahead and cover it up. Okay. Yeah, if it's under 10%, I usually try to cover it up. Awesome. That should be, yep, no active fighters, which means now we try to just plow through these peace talks as quickly as possible, now that there's no one left to fight. And this is when I would grab, we'll go ahead and we'll grab some security. That'll help with the election. Here, yeah, let's go ahead and agree to peace deal, and that should bring us through to the end of the game. Yep, we don't get points for those we don't get reputation for those last couple stabilized zones because you don't get it after the peace talks. And that's about it. Alright, all green. The zone is stabilized. I might check out the leaderboards. I don't really pay attention to the score too much. The main way it seems to be scored is through how high your reputation is, and I just don't really want to. I don't want to just keep rejecting over and over again. But let's take a look. This one was relatively tricky. I got lucky, in fairness. I think that if I had destroyed the base down here early on, and if they attacked over here, I think this could have gone a very different direction than it did, because this was pretty tame, but I think that RNG was, the randomness was also on my side. Let's take a look at the stats. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's pretty steady rise. Population, these don't really tell. The insurgents one I find a little valuable because you can see how, here we got a big push at the end. That was during the peace talks, definitely. You can see when I really started to antagonize them. And that was, that looks like, I don't know, it's 3 from the end. If I look at insurgents, that's when they started to spike up. Corruption was my main thing here. I think with unofficial procurement with the development director is always a tricky proposition, because you actively build up corruption, but otherwise you need to spend a lot more money than you necessarily have. So I don't really like to. I like to do that, but you just got to be real careful of corruption. I like to use. I believe, investigative journalist is as an advisor that I didn't have access to in this particular game. That decreases, or it helps with corruption management. So usually I like to play that with the development director. But at some point, I'm sure I'll do a video on all the advisors. But that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this, then please go ahead and like it, and feel free to subscribe. And until next week.